Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a little bit different. I bought a bunch of makeup while I was in Europe and I've been wanting to film get ready with me going over what I got and using it on camera, but I'm not able to wear makeup right now. I had an allergic reaction near my eye and it's no longer red right around here, but it is still a little, like, you know, irritated. And I don't really want to put anything on my face. So I'm going to set the camera down and show you and swatch the things that I picked up while I was in Europe and some of the things that came while I was away. I wanted to do this when I got back from Europe, but then I got COVID again, and then this thing happened. So haven't had a chance, but very excited to show these off. And then I'm also very excited to do that get ready with me, talk about the trip, and do video reviews of these products. And if you're new here, welcome. My name is Colin. I'm a non-binary Latinx scientist and lover of makeup with a definite soft spot for indie makeup and high-end luxury makeup, which you will see both of here today. I tend to take a pretty analytical approach into the content I make, be it trying something new or just talking about things I already know and love. I just try to be very thorough and thoughtful in the content that I make. And I normally have something every week, but the last couple weeks have been last month or so has been a little weird, but soon back to once, at least a couple times a week. Okay, so I'm going to move the camera down. We're gonna look at my table and I'm gonna show each thing that I got one by one, swatch things, talk about why I picked it up and so on. Not all of this is makeup. I also bought some non-makeup things, most of which I will show in that viewpoint, but one thing I do want to show before is one of the non-makeup-y things that I bought myself when we were in Paris was this bag. So I've been wanting a bag. I have, like, you know, crossbody bags. I have two, what's one like Lululemon one, and then I have messenger bags and tote bags, but I wanted something kind of in the middle, and I found this when we were in Paris. My husband actually bought the same bag, but in like green. It's more like this, the color of my shirt, with some texture, kind of embossed with the brand's logo, which was really cool. But I did pick up this bag and then I used it the rest of the trip and I have zero regrets. This was very expensive, but it is beautiful and very happy to have finally found a good mid-sized bag. Basically a purse, don't really care. I have another purse as well, but that's smaller than this. So, and I picked the brown just because it goes with everything. And I tend to wear either wear very bold colors and patterns, or I wear like all black. And I figured this would go with pretty much everything. Okay, so now on to the makeup and skincare and stuff that I bought while I was away. And some of this is also stuff I ordered or got in PR right around the same time, so I can just kind of show it all at once. Also, before I begin and get into the makeup I bought, this is kind of a haul video. I'm not really a fan of haul videos. Sometimes they are fun, like look at all these things that I grabbed that I'm really excited to use in the coming weeks. But generally it seems like people do them too often and they're these huge hauls where they spend tons and tons of money, and sometimes they're like weekly, and that's really not my vibe. I do like trying new makeup a lot, formula, colors. I collect some things, but I also try to be very mindful. I don't buy everything I want. There's lots of things that I want that I don't buy because of budget or just room or whatever. Because I have to remind myself I can't own everything and I can't try everything. So I'm not normally a big fan of haul videos. If you like them, that's fine. But not normally my vibe. So this isn't like a regular, if you are new here, this isn't something I regularly do where I show off a ton of makeup that I just got. But since I haven't really had a lot of videos in the last month and did buy a bunch of stuff while I was on vacation, / right after, and I'll explain that when I get there. But I did want to show it off so I can show you everything I got. If there's something you're particularly interested in, like you really want a review of one of these products, or you want me to use it and get ready with me or something, let me know in the comments. I'd love to make sure I do that. I will probably do, like, I have stuff from certain brands and I'll probably do like a video reviewing that collection or that set of items in the coming weeks. So if you're also interested in that, make sure you subscribe because that'll be coming. And yeah, with that done, let's get into the stuff I got. Okay, so welcome to my table, and here is my little haul, although I do have some skincare and some other stuff over here. I'm gonna move things off to the side and then we'll get into each thing, but this way you can kind of see, I bought a bunch of Suqqu, I bought some Prada, Guerlain, and then a bunch of Lisa Eldridge. I already had a lot of Lisa Eldridge, but I bought more. She was having a sale discontinuing some items, and so I picked up some of that, and then I've got some PR and some other things over here that I've gotten in the last few weeks as well. So I'm gonna scoot things off to the side. So, quickly, for a little non-makeup thing at the beginning, I bought a few ornaments. I also got like a couple pins. So while we were in London, we went to the Natural History Museum because, if you don't know, I used to work at the Natural History Museum in New York, the AMNH, American Museum of Natural History. So I really love Natural History Museums. I'm a biological anthropologist by trade. So I had to go to the one in London. It's beautiful. I have a friend that got married there. So I was like, I need to go. And I found these and had to get them. So this is a little Christmas ornament. A lot of our tree, if you follow me on Instagram and have seen it before, is felt animals and little people and things like that. Woodland creatures. So we have a little felt person that's like a little redhead lumberjack that kind of looks like my husband. So we got that. And then I don't have one for me, but I did see this, and it's a little Darwin. As an evolutionary biologist / biological anthropologist, I have read On the Origin of Species multiple times. I've taught Darwin. So this just felt like a perfect little thing to get, and had to get him. Then they also had this really cute dodo. I loved the texture on here. Nowhere near my specialty, but I do have studied extinct, species, so kind of works. Just had to get it. It was so cute. Got some magnets and postcards and stuff as well in different places, but and then one day while we were in England, we went to Notting Hill in London, and there's a big street market. It's very famous, but one of the booths that we saw had a bunch of little ornaments that she made, and she had a bunch of different ones. A bunch of them were these little mice. And this one's the queen. It's got one of her outfits with a little purse, and this one was a little witch with a cat and a broom, and I just had to get them. Thought they were so cute. This one, because England, might as well get a little queen, and this one just because I love a witch. So I had to show off those. I think they're super cute. Okay, so I think I'll do skincare first, and then we'll move on to makeup. So I've tried skincare from France before, from French pharmacies. Like, I know everyone's obsessed with the A313, which is like a retinoid gel. It's fine. If you've never used a retinol or a retinoid before, it is a very mild one, so it works well and it's easy to start with, but I use stronger ones, so I felt like it didn't really do much for me. But we did buy, mostly my partner, my husband, bought a bunch of things while we were in France. So, some of the things he bought a bunch of these. I know you can buy these, I think you buy these at Ulta. It's thermal spring water. It's just a nice soothing water mist. It's a very fine mist. He bought a bunch of these little ones. They feel nice. He loves them. I feel indifferent, but it is a sensitive skin friendly thing. It's supposed to soothe your skin. It just feels nice. So, especially when it was really hot out, a few of the days we were there, this was wonderful to have. So, really like that. Once he's done with all of these, we'll repurchase. Okay, and then everyone should wear SPF if you're gonna be in the sun. That's, an important skincare basic. My husband and I have different SPF methods because things leave a white cast on me that don't leave a white cast on him because he's a redhead. He's also more sensitive than me, so he reapplies way more frequently than I do. I've never had a sunburn, so he's had many. But, that is an issue. But we did pick up both of these while we were in France. You can't buy La Roche-Posay's SPF in the US, I believe. This is really nice. It is a spray, very sweat resistant. I would agree with that. Doesn't leave any white marks. So this is a nice body option. He has used this on his face, but it's a little too glowy for the face, but you can, and he really does like this. He's already used like that much of it, and we have a backup. But if you're ever in France, definitely check out the La Roche-Posay SPFs. And then he got this one from Guerlain. This is really nice. I've used this too. It is a stick SPF, so it's 50 SPF. And he bought a couple of these. He's gone through this a lot. This is really nice if, because it kind of just melts in the skin. Like rub it on, use your fingers to blend it in. It is a really good take with you option to reapply. So if you ever see this, I recommend checking it out. Then this is just some other skincare we got. So I bought this. I'm really famous for being a moisturizer and primer that makeup artists use, but I've never bought it. It was way cheaper in France. I got this on sale at one of the pharmacies we went to. So this was like 10 euros or something. I think if I buy this right now from their US website, it's 30. And I paid like 10 or $30 and I paid 10 or 12 euros, which is like 15 bucks. So, but I love it. It's supposed to be a multi-function thing, so you can use it as a makeup base. I have done that. A thin layer of it for my normal to oily skin works really well. Makeup looks great on it. Didn't look overly shiny. You can use it as a mask. It has aloe in it, so they say you can use it after you shave, and I do think it helps with razor burn. So definitely want to try the sensitive version now that I finally got this, and when I see a good price, I'm gonna stock up because I really like this. It is a very rich, concentrated cream. I need like a teaspoon, like I need a tiny bit. And then this is a French ointment that's just really nice. It's for scrapes, irritated skin. It's a big thing. It was fairly cheap. Works very well. I have used it on some dry skin and was really nice. And it was pretty affordable for how big this is. And then the last couple things we got, this is Examidine. If you don't speak French, you never say the H. H is pretty much always said in French. But Examidine is an antiseptic, so you can put this on cuts and stuff as an antiseptic, but also it makes a really nice spot treatment for acne. And I've put this on zits that were coming in the last few weeks while we were in Europe and since we got back. And if I put this on at night, it's literally gone the next morning. I've never used a spot treatment that works this well. And then these are both from La Roche-Posay as well. I think we got these in Amsterdam. This is a hand cream, hand barrier repairing cream with niacinamide and glycerin. This is the best hand cream I've ever used. It's kind of a thick gel, almost petroleum jelly-like feeling, but it's not. So I can't use this during the day because I have very sensitive hands, but really lovely to wear at night, especially like put a little lotion on, let it sit, and put this on top. Love it. I'm really sad we didn't buy more. And then they have the same thing, barrier repair balm for the lips. Really great, especially at night, wake up with very hydrated lips. Wish we would have bought a bunch of these. Also, since they're clearly visible now, if you're interested in my nail polish, this is from Cleona's Gray Matter collection that they just did. I bought the whole set, including the limited edition ones. This is one of the permanent ones. I forget the name. I think this might be hypothalamus. They're all neurotransmitter and brain things, and really happy with this. It's been a few days since I painted, so the tips are already kind of chipping, but the other color I used before this lasted more than a week without any chips, so really happy with this, and it's just so pretty. Perfect for this end of summer, early fall time. Okay, so the biggest component of things that I bought was Suqqu. So I went to the Suqqu counter at Harrods. We'll talk about that in the video. Harrods was a lot. And I got to try a bunch of stuff, swatch things, and talk to the manager of the Harrods counter for a while. She was great. And I've been wanting to try Suqqu for a while, but for a luxury brand, it's a Japanese luxury brand, it's not that expensive. I like that it's very simple, sleek packaging. It just says what's on the back. The boxes are also, this is one from one of these blushes, but you can see it's mostly in Japanese, but it's they have the Paris address there too. Very sleek, a bit minimalist, very pretty. I've been wanting to try them forever, but in the US, you can't buy them. You have to buy them through Suqqu Europe, which would be either Harrods or Selfridges or Liberty London. I went to all three, but at Harrods was the first, and I saw this. This is one I've been wanting since it came out. This is part of their spring launch, and this is like the perfect me palette. You've got, this is basically like a more yellowy version of my skin tone. Looks a little lighter than me, but works as like a buffing out shade. You've got this really beautiful orange, this really beautiful sheer green with a bit of an orange base. Not much of a base. These shades are always kind of sheer, and then this really beautiful, smoky, sparkly taupe down here. Love this. So I bought this, and then fell in love with it so much that I signed up for Selfridges Plus, because it was like $35 for one order of shipping or $65 for a year of shipping. I was like, okay, I'm definitely gonna wanna buy more in the next 12 months, so let's do it. And I bought all of these. Some of these are things that came out like the day we left, so I couldn't buy them in person. Love this. So each formula has like 2 mattes, this is always the deepest shade, and then this is like a sheer sparkly topper. I love these. So I said I was gonna swatch and I forgot. So you can see nice pigment, really like these. I know Hot Mess Tom just did a video reviewing a bunch of Suqqu stuff, and they were kind of unimpressed with it, but I really like the elegance of this. This is a really beautiful smoky eye. I've worn it like that. This over top is just so pretty. So you can see it's a little more sheer, but they do build up. And then the green sparkle over it. If you just do the green sparkle by itself, see what I mean of it, like just being a sparkly topper. I'm so happy I picked this up. I used this twice and did a wear test, made sure it lasted all day, and fell in love and bought more stuff, which is all of this. So I'm happy to use all of these on camera. These are their 2 newest palettes. These are their fall-winter collection. So we've got this one, which is supposed to be the sky at sunset, and this is the sky at dawn. So like dawn and dusk. Really like these. So the dawn one has this like nice wheat golden brown, makes a perfect one and done kind of sheer everyday shade. Like it's a little darker than me, so it adds some contrast to the lid, but looks really nice. Really like this ombre pan. If you want to see a lot of detail on this, I'll have a video soon, but Alicia Archer has a whole video on these. The deep shade is this really pretty kind of cranberry, which I don't love reds on me, but I do like cranberries because they're a little purple leaning. And then the topper is just this really beautiful pink, sparkly, like it looks like water, like morning dew on something. It's so pretty. I've only used this one twice so far, but I have been very impressed with it because my eyes freaked out. Because I got sick and then my eye freaked out, I just haven't really worn makeup. And then this is the evening one. I really like this slightly more brown version. Okay, it looks more brown in the pan, but it looks more purple here. It's really pretty all over the lids. It's kind of a dusky lilac smoky eye. This lavender shade is so pretty on the lid as well. And they layer up beautifully. They last all day on me. I know that's something Tom struggled with. And then this one is a little warmer. Put it here. You can see it's a little bit peachy compared to the pink in the other one. So I like this topper a little bit more than the other, but they're both really pretty. I've worn this to work once before my eye freaked out, which there was like 2 days between my skin having a reaction and wearing any makeup, so it wasn't that. I also have washed all my brushes since just in case, but very excited to keep playing with these. And there's a couple permanent Suqqu quads that I really want now that I've used these. But they're permanent, so I can wait. I picked up one of the new lips from this collection. This is in their moisture, what is it called? They're one of the ones where you have to buy the case separately. So this is the Moisture Glaze Lipstick. This is shade 12, and I have worn this in a video, my Nomad video, I think. It's like a perfect everyday shade for me. It's a little brown, a little rosy, basically my lips, but better. And it has a nice shine. It's a really nice like satin shiny lipstick, but it has a little bit more body to it, like almost like a balm. And so it just feels really hydrating and nourishing and lasts beautifully on the lids. I already want more shades. I think there's a bunch of permanent ones that I was looking at. I could easily buy like 6 more of these. Love this. And then I bought 3 blushes. Two of them one of them is limited edition and was on its way out from last year. One is a discontinued product and one is one of the new ones. So I don't remember which one's which. So I just have to open them. So this is one of their melting blushes. This is shade 05. Oh, no, 08 in the melting blush. So it's this nice brown. I'll use the brush. The brushes on these are actually pretty nice, but it's like a cream to powder. It's very emollient, very creamy, and it just looks, okay, it's not gonna, the brush works pretty well on the face, but you can see on my arm it's a little more sheer. Oh, it's showing up. It's just a beautiful brownie, warm brown that like melts in and looks really natural. This is basically the only blush I've wanted to use since I got it. Love how slim this is. It doesn't feel weighty, but it feels nice. It feels luxe, and I love how compact it is. This matte one is one of their new ones. So this is the Suqqu Blurring Blush. This is shade 05. This came out with these new fall winter collections. So you've got kind of a sepia brown and a pink. And I don't really love pink on me, but mixed with the brown, the rosy brown, it's just a really beautiful blush on me. So the pink by itself, not my favorite, but when you start mixing in that brown, it's so pretty. And it is very blurring, looks really great on the skin. And these two, they're magnetizing together, look great together. Very happy I got those. And then this is a limited edition one that they were discontinuing. And if you know me, I had to have this. You've got this kind of reddy brown, you've got more of the orangey brown here, and then this yellow. And it's so silky. It's got a bit of a sheen to all of it. This one's more like a glowy blush, but it's so pretty. And when you swirl it all together, I'll use the brush and try to do that. It's just so pretty, and they have a few other versions of this in other colors. And it's just, it looks so nice. It's such a summery blush for me, that like orangey yellow sheen. Really happy I got it. Also, I don't know if you noticed, but we got a new couch. It's behind me in the intro. Really happy with it so far. Pillows and new rug will be coming soon because that rug is gonna move into the bedroom because it's a little too monochromatic. Really happy with it. It's a little longer and a little taller than our old gray one, and so I can actually lay out on it and not have to bend my legs. It's so comfy. So happy with it. Okay, so next is Prada. So I got these at Harrods as well. So I've been wanting to try Prada Beauty since they came out. And I was just waiting for the right time to get them. And then when I found out through Jennifer, all feisty, that at Harrods, they will engrave them for you because all the packaging is the same and for everyone because they're refillable, so it's identical packaging. I was like, well, we're planning a trip to Europe already. I'm gonna wait. And it was really hard not to buy all 6, I wanted to buy 4 of the 6, but I did pick up 2. Packaging is nice. It's got the Prada green right here, so I got 02 and 03. And I am pleasantly surprised with these. So it's Profusion and Pulse. So this one is Pulse and this one is Profusion. I love these and I love that I got them engraved. I want to get the rest of them. But they're $80 and the conversion rate was fine. It ended up being like $81. So I was fine paying the extra $1.50 to get it in there. I didn't have to pay sales tax either, so it ended up being cheaper. So it was $81 even instead of $88 that it would have been here. Seattle has an over 10% tax. But these are so pretty. I ended up buying 2 cool tone palettes. So if you see here, it's the same packaging. This is how you pop out the shade. That box can go away. And these are lovely. So they're similar to the Hermes palettes in format, which I haven't tried, but I do want the one that's about to come out. So you've got a satin shade that is like the base shade. You've got a dark shade for the liner or the outer corner. You've got a fun pop, and then you've got a really sparkly shade. And these are really beautiful formulas. I swatched every shade that they had at Harrods. I was there for a very long time. I'm sure my husband got very bored. but they're just so pretty. There's also one that has like a green and more rose gold shades, and then a blue with warm tones. Those are the next two I'm getting. But I had to get these. So you've got this really cool tone taupe satin. Makes a perfect one and done. I've worn that to work. You've got a nice black up here. This really pretty chartreuse, which I love. And then a silver metallic. And you can see how metallic that is. It's so nice. I took my watch off to help with swatches, but this is like a perfect, it's like a taupe, but it's got a little bit of, it's cool. There's a little bit of purple in there. The yellow is a little thinner, but I'm not surprised for this kind of color, but it works really nice as an inner corner pop. And then the silver is so reflective, so shiny. You can sheer it out if you want, which I have done, and wear it more toppery. You can use these wet or dry. Really, really lovely formula. Yes, $80 is a lot for 4 shadows, but you know, Tom Ford quads are like $92, and I have a couple of those, so whatever. Very, very happy with this. I think this packaging. And then this is the other one I grabbed, which has another taupey shade, but like a little more cool pink. This really beautiful orange, a really nice kind of dark burgundy, and then this really pretty taupey metallic. So if you see, this one has a little bit more purple to it. This one has a little less dark and a little more pink to it. Again, a perfect one and done shade if you just want to do that, which I like. The orange doesn't swatch very well, but it does look really nice on the eye. And then we've got the burgundy here, which I'm just not doing a very good job swatching, but I don't really care about swatches. Swatches are not the most fun thing for me. Really like that, and I think it works really beautifully with the satin. And then this taupey shimmer, it's a little less shiny than the silver, the taupe, but it's more kind of an everyday shade for me. Love it, really happy with it. And you can see now how satin that one actually is in comparison. Really happy with these. Totally zero regrets buying them. And then the last thing about I think this was also at Harrods, is Guerlain. This is their Super Bloom bronzer that came out in the spring. I could buy this here, but I just kept putting it off, and then it was sold out and I couldn't buy it. And so when I saw it that they actually had a couple left, I bought it. It's a really beautiful bronzer. The bronzer shade is just a nice warm gold. Perfect for adding a little bit of warmth to my skin, but not any depth, because it's not that much darker than me, or not really any darker than me, just warm. But then when you mix it with these, these are like way more shiny with their bead emblem. These are almost a highlighter, like a blushy highlighter combo. And when you mix it all together, it just gives a beautiful glow and warmth to the cheek, and zero regrets. I do see what people mean about how their products are very fragranced. The only thing I've tried from them before was, what else do I have from them? I know I have something else. Oh, the meteorites, which are also very heavily fragranced, but different. It's a different scent. Don't love the scent, don't hate it, but it dissipates after I use it, so whatever. But it's just so pretty, I had to get it. Plus, this is also still refillable, so if I ever use this up, I can just put one of their other bronzers in it. Okay, narrowing there at the end. Here we've got a bunch of stuff from Lisa Eldridge. So Lisa Eldridge was discontinuing products for the first time. She announced this right before the trip, including a palette, some lipsticks, lip glosses, also lip liners. I forgot to grab those, but I did buy a couple lip liners that matched these shades. The problem was she's in the UK. So when I woke up to the email saying, hey, the sale has started, some of this was already sold out. So I bought some of it for online, and it arrived while I was gone, including this lip gloss. This is what I was wearing in the intro. This is the Cinnabar gloss. I have 2 of these now. And this I wore earlier today. I've worn a couple other times. This is Silent Sun, which is just clear with like some warm sparkle. I'm not sure why she discontinued these. I'm hoping it's just to like reformulate and make tweaks or something, because Cinnabar is my favorite lipstick, and I really like this as gloss. It's very pigmented though, so I like how I wore it more sheer today, so I'm hoping that she brings it back as like a sheer shade. But some of it was discontinued and like sold out on the website. You couldn't buy it online anywhere. So I went to her counter at Liberty London. They were really great. And I picked up some of the products that I couldn't buy online that were like sold out online, but she had them in person. So I was able to still get them. I didn't get them 30% off like stuff I got online. Paid full price, but I was planning on paying full price this fall to pick some of them up anyway. I was just waiting. So here we go. So this is the Myth palette. This is my 4th Lisa Eldridge palette. I have Vega, Sorcery, and Cinnabar, and now I have Myth. I've been wanting this, but I was waiting for fall because cool tones. Really like this so far. I've used it once, twice, and I've swatched it. I love her formula. It's one of my favorites. These are all her Velvet formula, which is more of a cream to powder, which I really love. And then this Amethyst shade, so pretty. Kind of goes along with, you can tell I've been into cool tones. This is very similar to the satin in the Prada palette, but it's more matte. It's not a satin. It's a cream to powder. So it's not like dull matte or dry, but it is pretty much the same color without the sheen. This one definitely has some pearl. Really love these. I like a cream to powder in general, and then this shimmer as a one and done. Faded Amethyst, so pretty. So I did talk to Lisa Eldridge customer service, and they did say that while the palette is being discontinued, the refill shades will still be online. So for building your own palette or refilling it if you've got one already, these shades will still be existing. You just can't buy it as the palette anymore. I'm curious. I wonder if they're going to be reworked as different palettes or something, but very happy I finally picked this up. I've been wanting this since launch. And then I bought 4 more lipsticks that were being discontinued. So 3 of these are velvets, and one of them is the Lucent formula, which I only had Meet Me in Berlin and really love. It's like a perfect everyday brown. And this is the shade Night Thoughts, which I had to get. I'm gonna do these on my hand. It's just like a sheer kind of warm purple worn by itself. Oh, like worn sheared out. It's so beautiful. It feels so nice on the skin, on the lips. Here's that Suqqu just for reference. You can see it's kind of sticking because it's got so much body and emollients. It's kind of balmy. It's like pulling, but in a good way, like in a thick, balmy kind of way. You can see this is a lot more hydrating and shiny. Really love this color. I have worn this since it's in my eye. I've been wearing some fun lipsticks. And then I got Velvet Myth to go with the palette. This is one that I did buy with the lip glosses via the sale, so it came while I was gone. And I bought the lip liner. It's kind of a nice red. It's the same color as this right here. This is Victorian Trim. Really like that. It's got just enough red that I really like. It's not too pink. I don't really love a pink lip on me. And then I got Velvet Morning. You know, if you've been here, I love an orangey red. So I had to get this before it went away. I don't have anything quite like it too. I tried to compare this to all my other orangey reds and I don't have anything quite like this. They're either more red or more orangey. This is like right in the middle. And then this one I had to buy in London, and this is Velvet Decade. And I've been wearing this a lot as a very sheer like tint to the lips. And I plan on wearing it all fall. And I'm very sad that this was discontinued. I just love it. I'm gonna treasure this lipstick. I think this is my favorite after Meet Me in Berlin, Cinnabar, and this are my 3 favorites. So hopefully she comes out with something to replace this, but I'm very happy I got these. So that is all the makeup that I picked up while I was abroad. But I did get some other stuff sent to me at the same time, or I ordered and they were delivered while I was gone. So I did want to show you some of that. These just came. I'm just going to show you now while I'm swatching stuff. These are the new shadows from Kulfi. These are launching, I think, today as I film this. These are their Zari Eyes eyeshadows. They're kind of a gel powder, and they dry down and they don't budge. They sent me both of these in PR. I do have an affiliate link with them that I'll put in the bio too now. I'm very thankful for that. Thank you, Kulfi. But these are really beautiful. So this is Plum Pacchia. And you can see it's kind of like a ColourPop Jelly Munch, but it's not quite the same. I like these better, and hopefully they don't dry out as fast. Really beautiful, kind of going with the theme here. Everyday kind of purple shade. Love it as a one and done. It's a little warmer than some of these, so I think it'll suit a lot of skin tones. And you can see you can blend it out. This is why I wanted to include these, even though these came like this week. And this is Sona, which is a sparkly version. All of them have been more like this texture before, and this is their first sparkly champagne gold. And it's also just really beautiful. And you can see you can do kind of a thick layer if you want an opaque goldy color, but if you shear it out, it's just the most beautiful sparkly shade. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. It's so sparkly. Really happy I got this, and very thankful that Kulfi sent this. Okay, I wiped off the excess on the palm of my hand, so hopefully you can kind of see how sparkly that is. It looks like wet. So it's that gold, but I see white, I see yellow, I see kind of peach, champagne. There's a lot of different colored sparkle, and so it's giving that kind of wet effect. Really beautiful. And then last, I won't swatch all of these, but I'll show you off. Isom just revamped their brushes, and they sent me the new ones in PR. I've been using these. I will use these in some Get Ready With Me so I can give you my thoughts. I've only used them a handful of times just because I'm not wearing makeup, but they're very nice. There's a mixture of synthetic and natural hair. Really grateful Isom sent those to me in PR. And then the new Cliona palettes came while I was in Europe. I have used them twice. It was like the couple days we got back before I got sick. We got back on a Sunday, and I tested positive for COVID like the next Saturday. So I had like a week at home to catch up, and then, got sick. These are beautiful. So Archeo, Paleo, and Oceano. That one's hard for me to say. But these are really beautiful. Really happy with these. If you are still interested in seeing a video, I can do like a video over all three, or I can just do one per palette. But really happy I grabbed these. These are gonna be permanent, I believe, and around for a while. I bought the bundle. I love them already, even though I've only used a handful of shades. They're just so well done. I really like that this is kind of neutral with blue shimmers, one of my favorite looks. This Archea shade here is so pretty. Crater is also super, super sparkly, like Rose Gold. Wow, I can't talk anymore. You can see it's not even as sparkly as that Sorry Eye shade. And then Oceano, this bioluminescent shade is one of the prettiest things I've ever seen. It's fully iridescent, but blue purple, but it's not one of the white, it's not iridescent where it's white and then shifts blue. It's kind of always blue, and it just gives this really beautiful glowing look. Really happy I grabbed these. Also, I was thinking that these are kind of my journey in science. So in high school, I took marine biology and oceanography, and that's what really got me into science in general, so oceanography. And then in undergrad, because it wasn't an option to take paleo or major in evolutionary biology, I majored in archaeology and went in the field. I worked on archaeological digs. I've worked in archaeological collections. My degree's in zoo archaeology specifically, so animal remains in archaeological sites, but that's different. So Archeo for undergrad. And then my first master's degree is in paleoanthropology. My second one's still paleo, but more biomechanics, and anatomy. But my first master's degree is in paleoanthropology. So it just feels like me in palettes, and I had to get them. Okay, so that's everything. I'm covered in swatches. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments, like I said, if there's videos that you want on any dedicated things, or if you want me to try and incorporate things in specific items into Get Ready With Me's, because I have a bunch of that kind of content planned. Let me know. Playing with makeup kind of content. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your thoughts. As always, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe. It helps a lot. I'm really sorry I haven't been posting very much this month, but I'm finally better and ready to get back into it, and I've missed this. So I will talk to you all in the comments.